Teaminvest Private Group, known as TIP Group, is an ASX-listed investment house using proprietary research-driven insights to create better investors and better business people. The company operates across three verticals: education and advice, Teaminvest, funds management, TIP Wealth, and direct equity ownership in medium-sized businesses, TIP Equity. At the core of its model are 6 enduring investment principles: the power of compounding, avoiding dogs, stability wins, margin of safety, removing the noise, and the wisdom of the crowd. With more than 650 members on its platform managing several billions, TIP Group applies these principles through its conscious investor software, smart process, and active investment community. Ahead of appearing at Stocks on Location on Track, CEO Andrew Coleman joins me to discuss TIP Group's strategy for long-term outperformance and how the firm is building a platform for investors and business leaders alike. Andrew, welcome back to the Stock Network.
Thanks for having me.
Now, TIP Group follows 6 core principles: compounding, avoiding dogs, stability, margin of safety, removing the noise, and wisdom of the crowd. How do these principles shape your approach across funds management, education, and equity ownership? And also, what do you believe differentiates TIP from traditional investment firms?
I think the challenge that everyone has in investing is they're out there trying to pick winners. And of course, the winners, like a baseball pitch, don't sit up and say, hit me, pick me right now. So the challenge as an investor or a private equity firm, and of course we play in both markets, is to identify which are the ones you can hit for a home run. And the simplest way of doing that is to simply rely on education and research and knock out all of the ones that aren't in your strike zone. And that way, more often than not, the ball's in the bleachers.
Brilliant. Now, TIP's 650 plus members leverage the conscious investor software, the smart process, and also the Teaminvest network to identify quality businesses. How has this community-driven approach created a unique ecosystem for investors? And also, what role does collective intelligence play in your performance?
It was about 200 years since Sir Francis Galton came across the idea of the wisdom of the crowd, which of course forms the foundation of our modern statistics in terms of sample size. So it's no surprise that getting a broader and broader sample of people focused on really key metrics that we know add value creates a compounding wheel turn that just drives results. And so from our point of view, not only does having more people in our network broaden the reach and the expanse of our knowledge and our circle of competence, it also compounds into greater and greater returns for us and for them.
Excellent. And finally, you've said outperformance is as simple as avoiding dogs. How does TIP Group apply this mindset in practice? And can you share perhaps some examples of how disciplined stock selection and business ownership have helped you to deliver above market returns?
Absolutely. Look, over the last 24 years, the ASX market average return has been about 8% per annum compounded. But if you break that return down into 2 simple samples, those of the companies that didn't just demonstrate one or more indications of being a potential capital killer, in other words, going bust or destroying themselves, and you look at the sample of those without those metrics and the market including them, the average return is approximately double. So from that point of view, the ability of being able to beat the market, you can do it really hard and paddle furiously by trying to pick winners, or you can spend your time relaxing on a pleasure cruise by avoiding losers and getting well above the market by simply avoiding those that drag it down. And from our point of view, that's a 24-year track record of teaching people how to get 18% per annum gross returns compounded and an average 300 basis point per annum net return across our funds over the same period, without having to work exceptionally hard finding winners, just avoiding dogs and dogs with ice cream cones slapped to their head.
Well, Andrew, you certainly make it seem simple and very much non-traditional, but your results speak for themselves, and look forward to hearing more at the Stocks on Location on Track event in Melbourne this month.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.